So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
I think you're unmuted.
Set, go. Hello, welcome back. This is round 4. Yeah, round 4 Georgia Tech Gamefest Dota 2 tournament. Right now, we are entering into a draft between BoBo Garden and All Random. Both these teams are currently 3-0 in this Swiss elim, so this should be pretty exciting.
5 seconds remain.
Alright, so I'm Evolution of War. Joining me once again is
Zimbabwe.
Reserve
Alright,
time.
yep, and draft is already underway. We can see Void, Faceless Void, Terrorblade, Brewmaster, Death Prophet. None of those bands quite surprising.
No, not at all. And we've seen one Terrorblade so far that went very ham, and a Faceless Void that also went very ham, and now we've got a Batrider, so this will be a fun game. Lots of pickoffs. Batrider loves to get out there and do some ganking, and Sand King goes right along with that.
Yeah.
There's more pizza.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Anyways, I don't think we've actually seen a Brewmaster ever get past. Like,
There was a Brewmaster, not on stream, but in another game.
really?
So
Okay.
we haven't seen one. There were also a couple games where he just wasn't banned. He's not an easy hero to play by any means.
No. Christ
but
Macro.
we are seeing the casual Skywrath Mage Vengeful Spirit ganking duo that we both know and love.
Reserve
Oh yeah.
time.
Stun into Mystic Flare, no problem. So much
And-
damage.
You die.
Very strong support combo.
There is a Segway cop sitting in the back of the room.
Interesting. Alright, we also see the Sand King. I don't think, have we seen the Sand King yet? Not on stream.
No, not on stream.
And Batrider also, he's not usually, we haven't seen any bans with Batrider.
Yeah, Batrider used to be first ban, first pick kind of hero, and now he's just a good pick, but he's not that kind of auto ban level that he used to be.
But he's still going to always be that single target, catch out, and he's always going to be strong in that fashion as long as he has his Blink Dagger and Force Staff. So, Vengeful Spirit, obviously a counter pick to the Batrider, being able to swap the person who's in the lasso out and immediately break the lasso.
10
So,
seconds to pick.
that was a really good counter pick and a really good support in general to pick up for All
5
Random.
seconds remain.
And Viper Razor being banned out, no real surprise
Reserve
there.
time.
Both very dominant mid laners, as we've seen in previous games, and good mech carriers. And let's see.
I just really hope I do not see a mech on Razor this game, because...
Well, Razor's banned, so no more.
Oh,
of that.
you're right, not picked.
Yeah.
Banned.
Yeah.
Well,
Dire's banned.
is there a Viper?
Viper
No.
banned.
Viper banned, okay. That's what you were saying.
Both of them banned. So most of the really heavy mid picks are gone.
Only 10 seconds.
And Earthshaker being banned out, another strong support.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
A really good stun, long range engage, huge AoE potential in
Reserve
team
time.
fights along with Sand King. That would have probably been like an instant KO if they managed to land that kind of combo, but being banned
With
away.
Entire team pick.
So now a Lifestealer ban, which, unless BoBo Garden has some kind of secret strat up their sleeves, which they usually do, I don't really see why this Lifestealer ban was necessary. But Lifestealer hasn't really been a popular hero very recently. There's a lot of stuff that can get rid of him. And actually, Lifestealer is not good against Skywrath Mage. The instant silence prevents him from casting his rage, and then he just gets blown up.
Yeah. And when you have as much damage as Skywrath Mage does, blowing up a person who doesn't have magic immunity should be no problem. And he's obviously not one of those BKB carriers. So, interesting ban. Mirana being picked out. We haven't seen very much Mirana yet. Oh, usually a ban, actually. So, I'm kind of curious to see if this is a roaming Mirana or a core. Because when we see a roaming Mirana, those arrows are always very interesting to watch for.
Always a lot of action, and if the Mirana sits mid and kind of camps that out.
5 seconds remain.
Oh, Centaur Warrunner
Team are now picking.
being picked out. I'll take a Coke. Ignore that, sorry.
So yeah, Centaur Warrunner, I'd say that the reason he was picked here, well, never mind, forget that. They already have an off-laner. Usually Centaur Warrunner and Mirana is a scary combination, but there's no way that the BoBo Garden... Oh, they could have run the Batrider mid and the Centaur off-lane. It's possible.
They could also put Batrider in the jungle. No one would care about the Sand King. Cough, cough.
Reserve time.
Oh yeah.
Sand King could do a lot.
Double jungler, definitely not a very meta strat, but definitely possible.
Oh yeah, you can just stack for both of them, no problem. One of them wants their Blink Dagger at some point, the other one, you know, can get it later. Who cares? One of them will be sacked. But as long as they're stacking jungle, I don't think either of them will mind. And, looking for... So once again, we really don't know if this Mirana is a core or a support. I'm gonna assume Sand King's a support. Batrider, also very flexible pick. Okay. So benefit of the doubt, we don't know exactly where many of these Vision of the Dire are. Can be fairly sure about the Radiant supports though. Haven't seen a mid lane Skywrath yet. It's not a very popular thing. It's just really annoying. Doesn't scale too well, but still really annoying with levels. Ember Spirit being picked out. Against the Skywrath Mage, it's a pretty bold mood.
Yeah, Ember is very good against that Skywrath, but he does have a lot of support here. The Sand King and the Batrider will probably always be right behind him. The Doom, a great pickup against the Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
If Doom gets that ulti off, Ember Spirit will basically die every time. They did reduce the damage on Doom, but the fact that it lasts for so long, and the pure damage from the Scepter upgrade just completely destroys heroes.
Yeah, that's a huge damage spike if the Ags comes out, and usually nowadays we do see Ags on Doom just because of the disable of passives and just the strength of the spell with it. So, Clink's being banned out. One of those hard carries who can assassinate people. Usually carries the Orchid, so that's another silence that they probably wanted to take out because. We already know that Ember Spirit's probably not going to have a fun time as it is.
Only 10 seconds.
We probably would expect to see a hard carry ban
5 seconds. Hurry,
from all random.
I think so. I think all random's going to ban out something, an Agi, a strong Agi hero here. Maybe even like a strength carry like a Sven or a Dragon Knight.
Yeah, that or support, and
but that's the thing. Depending on this last pick, well, we're either getting a Mirana carry or a Mirana support.
yeah. So
I actually think the Mirana support would do better right now. And there's a Spectre last ban, so they want to get rid of those hard carries.
yeah. Actually, now that we talked about it, what do you think the Radiant are running? Because you have a Doom and you have a Centaur Warrunner.
The Doom is
Doom
either
is probably
safe,
hard carry. Doom's probably
safe lane or mid. Because mid Doom is actually fine against this lineup, especially if the Ember Spirit is mid. Doom is fine.
Yeah.
Both of them have low armor. Both of them have AoE damage, the Flame Guard versus the Scorched Earth, except the Scorched Earth actually heals while you have it up. And the Devour just lets Doom farm so quickly. All he has to do is run into that jungle and Devour whenever he wants to grab a creep there.
Wraith King pickup.
Well, I still have no idea what's going on.
It could
So-
be either.
We have 2 lanes, and then we have 2 solo lanes, Bat Rider and Ember Spirit, and then we have a tri-lane somewhere. So with Eric on the Mirana, that is their...
No, BoBo Garden pretty much switches roles on demand. So
Okay,
I
so
don't
just
think,
whatever they're doing.
Eric last game played OD, from what we saw. and
Okay,
I don't think it's a mid Mirana. So
I don't believe so. Well, it could be. A mid Mirana would make sense with... No, it's a support Mirana.
yeah,
With Onum and Eric on support.
yeah.
Rain's going to be farming the safe lane, Ember Spirit's going to be in the mid, Stango's going to be on the off lane. On the other side, we have definitely a mid Invoker.
Safe lane Doom.
I believe safe lane Doom, off lane Centaur Warrunner. It's very possible that the Doom and the Invoker are switched. They can go either way, just depending on what they want. But Invoker does do extremely well against Ember Spirit because Ember Spirit, he has that Flame Guard, but Invoker's long range and the fact that he's going Exhort. Look at this Invoker build. Gloves of Haste, Tangos, level 1 Exhort.
Going
Very
down Midas.
offensive.
Look at all these smokes coming out.
And then, yeah,
2 smokes on the Radiant and 1 smoke for the Dire. We can already
Sand
see the
Kings.
aggressive motion.
oh no!
Oh, they missed the ward.
They forgot to control click.
That's really bad.
Even pros do it, kids.
Alright, so we see Volker is safely taking away the mid lane and some action coming out. As they're about to invade, they probably want to counter, ward out some of these camps, so the Sand King and the Bat Rider also not have the stacks to fall back on. So
Yeah, so 2 sight wards on the Skywrath, 2 vision sentry wards on the Vengeful, and it looks like is that Eric Lenscher?
spotted out. There is a Venge stun coming out. Post stomp waited on, canceled out immediately. Nice stun timing. Skywrath
That's
Mage
first
will
blood.
pick up the first blood with that auto attack. That was well executed. You saw that the Centaur canceled the animation because he didn't want to stun stack so badly, and it was just well played.
Yeah, that was extremely well played, and that's the Skywrath Mage's boots. And look at this jungle warding. There's a ward in there's a ward in the small camp. There's a ward in this medium camp, or medium camp or large camp, I forget.
I would say the medium camp. It kind of goes between medium and hard.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Eric Lesher starting out with the level 1 stun because he tried to get away. Will not be able to farm up very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, we have to introduce the drafts lineups. We have a tri-lane actually coming out. We have Vengeful Spirit being played by Dupers. Chobo playing the Centaur Warrunner, as we have been told to call him. Penguin playing the Skywrath Mage. In the mid lane, we have Dota buff on that Invoker, rushing that Midas, obviously. And Doom safe lane being played by Onomoro.
And on the Dire side, we have Stango on the Bat Rider, Fly on the Ember Spirit in the mid lane, Onim up here on the Mirana, Rain on the Wraith King, and Eric Lenscher, sadly, who was taken for first blood on the Sand King. So far, this aggressive tri-lane is going to be extremely dangerous. We've got Centaur and Venge with these stuns. The Venge stun is extremely good setup for the Centaur stun, and with the concussive shot or Ancient Seal on top of that, you're going to have a lot of damage going into one target.
Yeah.
In addition, with that early first blood, most of this Radiant lane is already level 2. So
Yeah, and Sand King is going to be in a bit of trouble until he manages to hit level 3. He's just trying to get his stacks going right now, but obviously he doesn't have a lot to work with. He only has that one camp. Usually in the other camp right here, you can get mud golems, and that's not what you want for either the Bat Rider or the Sand King. So,
well, the Eric Lenscher making great use of the new rune system, picks up a bounty rune and hits level 2 off of it. So that's his level 1 Sandstorm, and he can try to start clearing out some of these camps now. We do have Penguin and Dupers up in this top lane, really applying a lot of pressure. Just kind of hiding out in the woods, trying to stay off the lane, letting the Centaur really rack up a lot of farm. And he already has his Tranquil Boots now. So he's going to start throwing off these double edges every chance he gets. Back off, let his Tranquils regen.
Yeah, and that makes the Mirana forced to stay in lane to help the Wraith King, as obviously we wanted to see the Mirana roam, but if they're tri-laning this top lane against the Wraith King needs some help. So especially against such a potent stun combo. So wise choice by Owen to stay up here, and Eric Lusher, that Sand King, obviously needs to be able to find some farm somewhere. So he is going to continue to stack up. It's only a double stack over here, and no stack right there. They do manage to find one of those sentry wards, so now they can start pulling.
Stango's going on Onomura on the bot lane. 2 stacks of Napalm, just trying to right-click him down with his Firefly. Doesn't look like he's going to get anything done, but does chase him off the lane. It is good to point out that other than the Centaur's farm in the top lane, Stango, Fly Up, and Raynor all basically winning. Well, Stango and Fly are basically winning their lanes. And now we have the turn onto Stango. Stango's got Sunstrike hits.
Oh snap, I didn't see that. That was... How? That must have been a really good Sunstrike.
It was... The Stango was running this way, and the Sunstrike was positioned right about there, so as he had to run, he just got hit by it no matter what.
Well played by Doom as well as Roker, so... Invis room being picked up by Sand King. Stun cancel? Nope, okay. It's like, wow, that TP was so awkward. But Centaur was getting jumped on. Not sure if there was an arrow. There was no arrow. No mana cost being used by Mirana. Just a stun. Batrider having a bit more fun, bot lane. Cleaned up. Gets doomed. Getting chased down. I'm not sure if this is going to secure anything. We gotta see if Invoker decides to Sunstrike. Not quite enough damage. Backs away from the tower.
Sunstrike still is off cooldown, so he can. Wraith King gets a kill up top.
Centaur Warrunner gone. Okay, that's interesting. Looks like Eric Leschner landing that stun. I'm gonna guess Jay maybe, Onim maybe found an arrow.
Probably, I would assume so. There's crazy stun lineups on both sides. I actually think that the Dire team has played this extremely well. All they had to do was wait for some levels, and their stuns do get much stronger. And Batrider barely picks off, and Stango very intelligently avoids the Sunstrike. Though that Sunstrike was in a very odd position. I do not think the Batrider would have voluntarily gone up to that cliff, because he would have gotten stuck there.
Yeah.
And Venge did TP bot for that, and she'll now either have to start stacking down here or just walk back top. Does give a lot of time to Lensher. Eric is now farming one of the triple stacks that he had done. I guess it's only a double stack. But he's going to get probably his level 4 off of that.
Oh yeah, 2 more creeps. That would have been really good. The fact that he got that early assist.
Now, Fly Up is doing extremely well in his lane. He's sitting on 30 CS. Dodo Buff only has 17. And Dodo Buff has been forced to rotate into the jungle, and is just now picking up his Midas. It's coming out on the courier. So it's set at 6 minutes.
6 minute Midas is pretty good.
But Dodo Buff has a Midas and Tangos, and that's it.
It's not bad. I mean, technically, a lot. A 6 minute Midas is really good.
It's good. It's going to pay off, but for the next 5 minutes, he's very weak, and he cannot try to contest Fly Up without some support coming from the rest of his team.
Invoker with Exort has global presence, and you have extra damage for your right clicks.
That's a good point.
Against a low armor Ember Spirit, it's still pretty potent in terms of laning.
Brain's getting gone on top lane. He gets stunned. He gets silenced. Doesn't, and he gets taken down. No level 6 yet. He's only level 5, and even if he had his level 6, I don't think he would have wanted to skill it for that. Not enough support to come in time to help him out there.
That Ancient Seal, double edge, a lot of burst damage. It's a easy stun, so.
I think they actually mistimed the Ancient Seal. I don't think they got it off with a double edge.
Not too sure. But
didn't really make a difference.
Fatal damage, regardless. Oh my gosh.
Stango is just destroying this Bat Rider now. Stango has 1,400 gold on top of Tranquil Boots and a bottle. He's going to have a Blink Dagger before 9 minutes, especially if he keeps stealing these this jungle farm that's been put around.
Yeah, Stango just plays an insanely good Bat Rider. Like, every time I see him play Bat Rider, he's always like carrying super hard. I have to see how that he also used lasso, so we'll have to see how impactful his lasso begins to be when he starts roaming around the map. And obviously he's getting much closer to that Blink Dagger. It picks up a bounty rune that will only further increase it. And they also rotated the Skywrath Mage down. Obviously he needs the help. The Doom, obviously.
Well, Stango should be careful now. If he gets silenced out by the Skywrath Mage, he could find himself in a world of hurt. But I mean, with the two supports now rotating out, it looks like Centaur Warrunner is going to be in a lot of trouble on this top lane. Pops the ulti, gets a stun off, and then just continues to run away.
Yeah, he got caught by Onum's arrow, Sacred Arrow. So Racing didn't pop the stun. I don't think he popped. No, he did. Never mind.
He did throw one stun.
But Centaur Warrunner very tanky. Also pretty close to his Blink Dagger actually, 1.3k. Not as close as Bat Rider obviously, but
No.
he's doing fairly well in this lane. And
Stango's only 200 gold away from this Blink Dagger, and there's 3 heroes bot. If he dies here, this could be a major setback for him.
yeah, 9 minutes in, very close to it. And, they don't want this Bat Rider to have a blink anytime soon, but he's going to be so close. They can't contest his farm. They can see him right now. See him taking the neutrals. Do they want to contest it? They now are in vision, and he just decides to back away. So
Well, he has
it.
He has his Blink Dagger now. I don't know if he wants to go to the side shop to pick that up or wants to ferry it out to him, but
It looks like he's going to do it. He wants to.
Yeah,
as
side
soon as
shop.
possible.
Doom just used a salve on himself. He looks to be rotating mid. Fly is actually sitting here and wait. I believe Dodo Buff knows he's there. Otherwise, you'd think he would be farming a little bit more.
Fly up P sitting with an Invis rune on Dodo buff. Very
And
scared.
the smoke behind him. This is very elaborate from Bobo Garden. Very
Bobo
patient as well.
knows. Bobo knows though that there's an Invis rune, I think.
Very safe play. And Stango has his Bat Rider. We're about to see some legendary plays from Stango. He did a very good job in the CSL.
Top lane.
Epicenter was popped top lane.
Oh, Doom on
Doom
Ono.
comes out.
He's dead. Rana is dead. Doom was popped for that one too.
Rain still has his ulti.
Yep.
Stango
Bat
comes
Rider
in, gets a
catches
pull.
onto the Vengeful Spirit. Not exactly Friday to kill, but that is another one down, and Ember Spirit will pick up the kill. Ember Spirit now trying to chug out some bottle, pick up enough mana for Searing Chains. Has enough mana, but not going to be able to find the range to get to the Centaur. Gets stuns up. Stango. Chains not quite where you want them to be, as there are creeps there, and Stango will luckily be able to walk off with that Blink Dagger.
The Dire Courier is actually sitting right here. The Raiding Courier. Very odd spot. I don't think they wanted it getting picked off, but
No.
very,
Safe.
very hectic engagement up top.
Yeah, we saw the Epicenter come out and kill the Centaur, and then
Yeah, forced the Centaur. Almost got the Centaur die back as well. And the Centaur is now another 300 gold behind on his Blink Dagger. So he's only at 1,200 gold when he was at about 1,300 a minute and a half ago. On the other hand, our Fly on his Ember Spirit basically has his drums. I don't know if he wants to go drums or straight into the Battle Fury, but yeah, he finishes off his drums.
yeah.
Rain as well is going towards an armlet, still has Reincarnation off cooldown, so he's not in any fear of dying.
Yeah, and now Centaur feels like he has to play it back a bit. Even though he has this ward right here to cover from any more entry from like a Sand King, he doesn't want to risk another smoke gank, I guess.
I feel like every time I look at Chobo on this Centaur Warrunner, he's lost 100 gold. And now he's about to lose some more.
They saw the smoke. They had a sentry plus a
Oh, what a beautiful arrow from Onum coming in from the side.
Oh my gosh. Dotabuff gets caught up by that smoking. I'm not too sure. Wait, there was an arrow on top lane that caught smoke. Okay.
Sorry. So, Centaur Warrunner died on top lane, and it was the Rain Wraith King stun into... Oh god, Stango.
Yeah.
Okay, the Rain Wraith King stun into the Sand King stun into a very long range arrow from the Mirana.
Okay.
And with that combo, they took out the Centaur Warrunner with a lot, just very easily.
I'm quite curious how Invoker got caught up, because there was a sentry right here, and they saw a smoked up Bat Rider plus
Sentries don't reveal smoke.
Oh yeah, really? Okay.
No, sentries don't reveal smoke.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
They learned.
Radiant structures are
That makes sense.
fortified.
Even though there's an observer ward, doesn't matter. Sentries, smoke wins. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smoke is strong.
Yeah, they've been using their smokes very effectively. Obviously, getting pickoffs everywhere. I wish I saw that top combo though. That seems a lot more fun than, oh, Bat Rider came in and lassoed Volker, and then Vengeful Spirit tried to make some sort of play and walked into his death.
So Fly is now in the bot lane. He's got 1,300 gold already, moving towards his Battle Fury. Centaur Warrunner sitting in the top. What was I was talking a while back about every time I look at Centaur Warrunner, he looks like he's lost gold.
Yeah.
Sitting on only 1,200 gold now.
Yeah, he lost like all the ambient gold that he earned just a while ago. It's back to where we was
Radiant's
like
bottom tower is being attacked.
minutes ago.
Doom does have his mechanism now, but I don't think that's going to really provide much.
Doom with mech and a wolf.
Radiant's bottom tower
Wolf
under fire.
devoured.
Dire's
That's an
top
interesting
tower is
combo.
under siege.
Yeah. So Dodo Buff is farming well. He's sitting on 54 CS, but his gold is still very low on the charts. Well, third overall. He's high for his team, but he's working towards a Yule's. And I don't know how impactful this is going to be compared to some of the other items he could get, such as a Force Staff. I guess the Yule's is a great setup for the Meteor and the Sunstrike. But if that's all he's looking to do is get some pickoffs, we have a smoke gate going on in the
Yeah,
Dire.
I've been following it. It's just been a really long wraparound as they saw Ember pick up the rune, and then they decided to go back up to the jungle. They're probably going to be able to catch Stango here.
No,
Skywrath
this is
gets
actually, they're
popped
going
off.
to turn this on them.
Yeah, looks like they should be okay because they still have the Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger is now cancelled. Rain decides to man up. Has that reincarnation. Air Flusher now comes in. Stampede is popped out. As well as the Piranha ult. Skyrath's ult being popped onto Air Flusher as he hides away in the Sandstorm. Will be able to survive full damage. There's a double kill for Sand King as he waits in that Sandstorm. Doom is on. Fly up P, and he is managing to just stay back. Vengeful Spirit managed to get a teleport away with that
Rain
vision.
finished off the Centaur or the Skyrath Mage in the background.
Yeah, Stango decides to pick up the turret before he turns on to Volker, and Volker dies. That was a 4-4-0. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a 3,000 gold swing, 3,500 experience change, and just really a lack of... I don't even know what went wrong there. They just got completely outdamaged. Doom went off on the right target. Mystic Flare, I figured it would do more. It barely seemed to tickle the Sand King.
I personally would credit that fight to no Wex on Invoker.
The lack of Tornado?
Yeah, lack of CC in general, because Sand King just stood in took the Skyrath ult, but it was still in Sandstorm, so he didn't die. He didn't have an Ancient Seal on him.
That's true.
So he
That-
survived.
That's a good point. The lack of Ancient Seal really made it so that the Skyrath ulti didn't hit as hard as you normally see it.
Yeah, and that was just one kill that they lost, and then potential disarm, you know, might have done something from having Deafening Blast. You never know, just like
Yeah, that's a
in
good
general,
point.
having some CC from
Radiant's
that
middle
one
tower
it
is
is a
being
real
attacked.
value point, because you look at what they did have in that fight. They didn't have Meteor. They had Sunstrike and Cold Snap and Forest Spirits.
They did, and the Forge Spirits really didn't get much off. Stango's being surrounded in this bot lane. Well, he is surrounded. I don't think he's in very much trouble though.
He
There
still
are
has
4
Blink
enemies
Dagger.
here, and
Yeah,
he's just
there
going
is
to
a
blink
Doom up.
out.
Vengeful Spirit in range for a swap. Nope, not quite in range.
No, it's a level 1 swap. That thing is 600 range.
650,
Sev-
700,
700.
700 range. They buffed it. But it was the
Yule's on the Ember Spirit. Epicenter goes off, and that's a dead Invoker.
Yeah, that was the
Ancient Seal plus a concussive shot. In about 2 seconds, we're gonna see this Ember Spirit jump in. Oh wait, level one Sleight of Fist. I lied. But there's the stun coming out from Eric
Lesher.
Leshner.
Blink dagger into the Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit gets killed by a Wraithfire Blast. That was just an easy pickup.
The Doom gets cancelled, thankfully, so he can hold on to that for when this coming fight happens. But Rain with this armlet already, he's sitting on level 11. He has his level 2 ulti. Has Reincarnation been popped once this match?
No, it has not. Mirana ult being popped up as they engage on the bot lane. Centaur Warner gets caught out. Doom goes onto Batrider. That will prevent the Moonlight Shadow from ticking down. Concussion shot also will prevent touch right there. Vengeful Spirit decides to swap and take the kill. That Doom should have gotten him the kill. I was quite curious about that.
Eric could be in trouble.
Arrow lands onto Doom, and
that's a 4-second arrow from where Onan was standing.
That's interesting.
Rain moves in. Rain is working towards either a BKB or a Desolator.
Another blink. Spuro strike. Rain now follows up with a stun. Chains do not quite land onto the Doom, and they instead catch Vengeful Spirit trying to make her way out. Arrow does miss. Another
beautiful double stun!
Oh my gosh, that was so great. Too bad there wasn't Sleight of Fist to follow up. Stun strike will land onto both Fly Up B and Eric Leshner on that Sand King. Secure the kill. Stampede comes out. No one quite in range to be caught up. And yeah, that was wow. This Sand King is doing so much work with his Blink Dagger.
Who needs a Tide Hunter when you can have like 3-man Sand King stuns every time?
Yeah, it's insane.
Stango gets pinged out. Invoker knows he's here, and Invoker does have his first point in Wex now. But Stango just playing with fire for real.
Huge amount of damage. That flame break might save his life. He ticks down to 30 HP. Concussive shot will take the last hit. That was the value point in Wex. That was totally a value point.
That was the value point in Wex for sure.
Meteor plus Deafening Blast. Oh, another
what a
stun.
Beautiful stun, and I believe Dodo
being
Bump is
channeled
dead.
out. The stun, the channeling ult will not be stopped, but it's not enough to secure any kill as the swap comes out, as you mentioned.
So Duper, great play right there, throws herself in with the swap, and really saves her Invoker. That if Invoker had died there, a lot of progress would have.
Another stun follow up. Ancient Seal goes onto Eric Leshner. Arrow does not quite land as there are still creeps. Rain gets stunned under turret, but he has Reincarnation. It will now trigger. Eric Leshner now looking for another Blink Burrow Strike, hits on the 2. Sandstorm's outside of the turret, I believe, gets dusted up. He will fall here to the Vengeful Spirit and Volker. Mirana now pops out the Moonlight Shadow as Doom takes the fall, as well as Mirana. Sorry, not Mirana, Vengeful Spirit. And Mirana will take the kill onto Skywrath Mage. Stampede will come out, but they will not be able, to chase onto the Invoker. That is a 3 for 1.
I think Stango's gonna go bot lane, out of the invis. He's gotten onto the Centaur Warrunner, he blows him up.
Centaur still just tiny bit away from his Blink Dagger.
Oh, he probably could have bought it there. But instead, he goes down, he loses 269 gold. He had his Blink Dagger.
Oh my god.
Or at least was in 50 gold of it, but that is... I don't think Stango knows how clutch of a kill that was. Stango was under the Moonlight Shadow. He blinked in right on top of the Centaur Warrunner, grabbed him and 4-stepped back. Ripped him right out from under himself.
This Batrider is just incredible. He's just picking out targets left and right.
Stango is 5, 3, and 6. Actually, Eric Leshner has more kill participation than Stango.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that Fly is 3, 0, and 8. Still has uncontested farm, and I think he has his Battle Fury flying out to him somewhere.
Yeah, that's a completed Battle Fury. Wow, 21 minutes.
This is insane farm on this Ember Spirit, and he is doing so much damage. Already sitting on level 14.
What is
has the maxed
particle
out
effect on this courier?
I believe it's a the spider web one.
That's so
right?
weird. Yeah, it is spiderwebs. I've never seen such a thing. That's interesting. You can see a spiderweb trail. Anyways.
I believe you should blame Onim for that. So instead of a Desolator, Wraith King did go for a Maelstrom, which makes sense. More sense than the Deso at least.
Yeah, Stango finding a
Stango
pickoff.
finding
Oh no,
another
he wanted to
pickoff.
farm. Decides to get away from that. He gets the bounty rune though. I was like, oh, there is a. Where's that Sunstrike?
Sunstrike into the Roshan pit.
Oh, okay.
Dire's
Yeah, I
bottom
see it.
tower under fire.
Stango looking to just farm, finds a Skywrath, doesn't want him. Too bad.
Onim is sitting on Phase Boots and a Ring of Aquila, so we might see this Mirana pick up and a Maelstrom or something as she gets the gold and try to move into more of a carry-oriented build.
Yeah, we often see him support Mirana be able to find the room to do that because main reason you pick her is because of the Moonlight Shadow and the Sacred Arrow. So once you have those much, and then you have some sort of aura ability, usually a drums or a Ring of Aquila, you see them transition to some
Radiant's
damage
bottom tower
oriented
under
like a
fire.
Maelstrom, as you mentioned. So that's really nice for Onim, as all he has to do is buy damage items now and wards. So
Radiant's top tower is being
obviously
attacked.
Eric Lushner doesn't need to buy the wards. He does huge damage in these team fights.
Well, if you look at the store,
Skywrath, Mage, pops the Mystic Flare, and the Doom goes out onto Eric Lusher. Maybe biting a bit more than he can chew, will die off to the Doom damage. And that arrow landing onto Doom will do a huge amount of work. Gets fueled up a huge amount of damage. Stango goes down to the combo by the Invoker. Once again, Rain fighting in the top lane picks out the Centaur Warrunner, who has his Blink Dagger. Has his Blink Dagger this time.
Rain and Fly just annihilated the Centaur in the bench top lane.
Taking damage.
So, what was I pointing out? Oh, right. So looking at the Dire shop,
Fortified their towers.
well, they still have 2 Smokes of Deceit. They're out of wards. Something I'd like to point out is Stango has been buying almost all of his own smokes for all of the kills he's gotten. So he's been saving the
Radiant's top tower is
supports of the Dire a lot of money because he's been making really good use of those smokes.
Yeah.
So Invoker is going for an Aghanims. He's about 750 gold away.
Oh.
Eric Lensher gracefully avoids a Sunstrike in the bot lane that would have killed him. And has 1,500 gold, so what does he go for? Possibly a Veil of Discord, I think? Because there is a lot of magic damage on the side of
Yeah, Veil
BoBo
of
Garden.
Discord is usually a bit more cost efficient plus more damaging for your ult combination over the Ags, because Ags only adds 2 pulses, which is an extra 210 damage, while Veil of Discord is 25% extra magic damage,
Radiant's bottom tower
which
is
if you add on to
demolished.
pulses that he already has, basically the same thing until you hit the level 3 epicenter, in which case the Veil of Discord out tiers the Ags. So
Doom did pick up a set of drums. His farm is decent. He's 5th on the board, 2nd on
they're
Radiant.
going in on Rain. Rain decides to walk out of the player.
Centaur Warrunner hiding in the trees. I think he's in some trouble here if they decide to spot him out, but Stango going in like a man. Gonna get right onto the Vengeful Spirit so she can't swap anyone out.
Yeah, arrow comes in, does not quite hit on anybody. No, massive damage from that Sand King Epicenter. We'll be able to pick up 2 more off the back of that. Actually, no. Stango goes down
Oh,
to
wow.
Batrider. Fly up P will take out the kill on the Doom. And that's a 3 for 1, as Invoker gets a solo kill onto the Batrider once again.
Yeah. If anything, you were right about this Yule Scepter. Basically, every time the Invoker walks in, he Yules, drops a Meteor Deafening Blast Sunstrike combo onto whoever he threw the Yules on. And that's the end of it right there.
Yeah, it's really picking out Stango.
Cold Snap now.
Arrow onto a Forge Spirit, not quite ideal.
Concussive shot.
Landing onto 2.
Where's the Sunstrike?
Oh, it was onto trying to aim for Sand King, not quite finding it though. The Skywrath Maid actually dropped super low. I'm not quite sure. It was probably the Ember Spirit.
Yeah. Fly now has a Crystallis, and in about 2,000 gold, he's gonna have a Daedalus.
Yeah. Now we have pings coming out from the Dire onto the Roshan pit.
A double damage waiting at the bot rune spot.
There is a sight vision ward right here, observer ward.
Where right here?
Right
here?
Yeah, Radiant.
Is it right here? I wasn't able to see it.
I'm pretty sure it's right there, yeah. So if they do decide to go into Roshan Pit, they will be spotted out unless they buy a smoke or some sentries, so that might deter them if they knew about it, but we'll just have to see. It looks like they really wanted to go for that, you know, Roche. And with Reincarnation still up, they could probably have Wraith King tank it up, no problem. And Wraith King is actually about 100 gold, 1k gold away from an AC. It's pretty good farm for Wraith King. Nope, up combo from Volker, lands on the fly up P, but he doesn't get hit by the disarm from Deafening Blast, and he'll be taken out with that Stango's lasso. And Onim will pick up that kill, move into his Maelstrom by picking up the Mithril Hammer.
Ah, indeed. So
Out.
that
Double
was
burrow strike once again coming up from Eric Fleshner. Flame breaking back into the arrow. That's easy double kill. Doom goes onto Eric Fleshner on the Sand King. And that's an interesting swap.
I think Duper's just committed suicide.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Meanwhile, Centaur Warrunner, I don't want any part of this suicide. So.
Yeah, so Stanger really saved flyback there by lassoing the Invoker. Led to that engagement in mid. Doom, like, panic dooms the Sand King, hoping to cancel his ulti.
Yeah.
But the whole thing about Burrow Strike is it's a... Where's the Sand King? Burrow Strike is a 2.17 duration stun. And you only need, what, 2 seconds to channel the epicenter?
Yeah.
So, I know for a fact Doom's cast point is way longer than... I think it's greater than half a second even.
I don't play Doom, so I wouldn't know. Sunstrike onto the pit. Will hit Eric Fleshner solo. They do know the Roshan pit. Of course, there is
one more
vision
slam. Where's the slam at Roshan?
They
They just leave Rain to fight the Roshan.
They see the Visitor Ward just dies, and Eric Fleshner will teleport back. But Rain plus YMP should be able to finish off this Roshan.
Oh, except Dupers is looking in.
Yeah, there's a
And
shout-out.
oh my gosh, she actually got the Roshan kill with the Wave of Terror.
How does that happen? That true damage. That's
But it's not going to be good.
yeah,
Onomaro,
the
3 for
complete
0.
slaughter. A lot of stuns, a lot of searing chains. Centaur is making his way back. Okay, that was a 50 damage Wave of Terror that secured that kill.
Look at this, 100 damage dealt by the Vengeful Spirit. That's the 2 Wave of Terror hits, right?
Yeah,
And
onto
she
the heroes.
steals onto the heroes. But if you looked at Rain, he actually skipped the Mjolnir. He went for an AC instead, make him a little bit tankier.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big reasons he's hitting so hard right now.
Yeah.
Only hitting for 150 damage, but with this attack speed, about half an attack per second. Sorry, half a second per attack, and then these crits, 300% crit. He hits very hard and doesn't really care. Also, who picked up the Aegis? The Ember Spirit. Okay.
Ember Spirit, yes.
So, Daedalus now completed as well. He just bought out for that. No need for a buyback when you have 2 lives on an Ember Spirit. And Stango has his finished BKB. Let's see what else we can find here. Force Staff was the item of choice on Eric Leshner.
Oh yeah, he's been moving in and out so well.
And
Another catch off thanks to
Wow.
Eric Fleshner.
that was
Good.
insane. What just happened?
3 more kills.
1, 2, 3, all right next to each other.
Yeah, epicenter. Yeah, Stango and Eric Fleshner just true MVPs in this fight.
Yeah, they really are.
Just making huge pickoffs. And Fly Up P and Rain are just able to walk.
I don't know if I would say Stango is MVP for making space, but Rain as well. He is just like unrelenting with these fights, matching everybody's moves so perfectly.
Well, he has the easy job. Just walk in and not die. And even if he
No,
does
walk
die,
in and die is what
yeah,
his
he could do
right?
both. He could do both, and he'd still be okay with it.
Well, Rain's TPing top right as Fly thought they were about to go in, so looks like Dupers wants to go push this top lane, but I don't know if that's the smartest choice for him.
Well, they Gyre does decide to back out. Eric Fleshner going to the jungle, and
So
Stango,
own him. Stango?
Stango looking for a pickoff. He pops the power Firefly, has everything ready except for the Blink Dagger, which is 2, 1. Actually gets spotted up by Centaur. Centaur taking a bit of damage from that Firefly, but still has his Tranquil boost up, thanks to not taking any auto attack damage.
I just want to point out that Onum is actually going for a Desolator and is about 70 gold away from it.
Yeah.
Like with
Doesn't
this
need a
creep camp,
maelstrom.
he will have this Desolator.
Doesn't need a Maelstrom. More minus armor.
There's a Mjolnir up on the Wraith King, so don't think we need that much lightning going around.
Oh, combo going up from Dota buff? Nope. Not quite. Decides to go with the Ice Wall rather than the Chaos Meteor and Deafening Blast.
I believe that was a miscast.
Eh,
Because Ice Wall and Deafening Meteor, oh no, they're not even close, never mind.
if it was Deafening Blast
Radiant's
and
top tower is under
Deafening
siege.
Blast and Ice Wall are kind of close, but past that, no.
No.
Maybe trying to force some Flame Remnants out.
Yeah.
So, YFP
So-
with the Aegis, I'm sure he's not too concerned.
No, definitely not. And that's probably the other reason why they didn't want to go for that. Rain is just beating down this tower unrelentingly.
Stango
Stango
manages
goes.
to get a catch on the Vengeful Spirit. Double Burrow Strike onto Centaur
Oh.
Warren. And Rain charging in. Not gonna get a stun onto Doom. Doom now in a lot of trouble. Will pop the mechanism, but it's not gonna be enough as he takes a huge chunk of damage from Rain's right click. And Sand King Burrow Strike center onto Centaur, who was retreating with no HP. YFP chasing down 4 staff right
What a
into the
great
Vulture.
force
Oh,
staff there.
huge combo coming out from Dota buff, but it's not gonna be enough as Aegis pops up and Air Collector will secure the kill. Doom goes onto the Sand King and it won't be enough, obviously, to secure that kill. Rain dropping super low, still has
Rain-
the Reincarnation.
Yeah, still has-
Armlet toggling just to tease them out. Will want to get the auto attack crit, pop the Reincarnation, another Burrow Strike coming out, will secure the kill on the Minister, and that's a 5-0 wipe. Even with the Aegis going down, even with the Reincarnation down, it doesn't matter.
What a great game from BoBo Garden.
Yep.
So guys, for round 4, those were our 2 3-0 teams playing against each other. That's some serious domination right there, but well played by BoBo Garden, well played by All Random, who are definitely not All Random. That was very well coordinated with them throughout the draft. But their lanes just not as good as they could have been. Centaur War Runner
Yeah, that
Really?
trial on top
And that was
did not
dosed.
pay off.
Why don't we round
and
things out
Centaur
with
War,
a
well,
nice
it
long
did
game?
pay off for a little while, but then they started, giving kills back. They didn't rotate when they had got when they'd gotten enough out of it.
Yeah, they secured their first blood, but past that, didn't really, pay dividends, so to speak. So,
Mm-mm.
well played, and that's up for a round 4 match right here. I don't know, we're probably gonna have another match after this. One more Swiss round before we go into playoffs, at least. So, stay tuned, and we will be back as soon as possible. I am Evolution of War,
I'm Zimbabwe.
and we'll see you guys later.
Do you know how